The Giants?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Okay, so.
The play was Ty Tolbert in the sack bunt. Susac throwing a second. First, I thought he should have just took the out at first.
So that's what I thought.
But Adames, and I asked Sergio, should he just be on the bag at all times anyway?
Yes.
It's just a 2026 Giants, man.
At second base, whether you're taking a tag throw or a forced throw, just all rules apply no matter where you are on the diamond.
Right.
You let the ball travel. You do not run out and catch it and then try to go back either physically or with your hand or whatever back to the bag. Why he didn't stretch, he just gave up on that play and then came multiple steps toward the infield grass is beyond me. Now,
Jose Rojas would have been safe anyway.
I thought so too.
So I thought Susac.
I agree.
But it was such a pivotal play. Yeah. And I wish we ran it again on the post-game show because that was the game.
And then like on that play, Eldridge is holding the runner on because he's the lead runner.
Yep.
And so he's not going to get a great break on any bunt anyway, right? Schmidt's got to be crashed in once he shows bunt, and he kind of lollygagged into it. There was a variety of issues. Then on the safety squeeze, they do it twice.
Yeah, they do it twice.
And look, here's the reality of it, and this is kind of where I've come down. Like, Bryce is going to have to make that play if he wants to play first base.
He's not ready for first base for 162. I think we're learning that. Yeah. The bat's there. The patience at the plate is there. Even though he struck out 3 times yesterday, I like where Bryce has been. I like where Bryce is developing. I think he's got a legit shot at hitting 20 home runs this season. But
that would be something.
At first base, he had 2 plays.
He's got a ways to go.
He's got a long. Ron Washington's got to put a lot of work into him.
I think he needs reps too, though.
He needs reps too.
Live reps.
But also, we see why Devers is getting most of the starts at first base. Because he's just better right now at first base than Bryce Eldridge.
Agreed.
And you know what? To Devers' credit, we can say a lot of things about him. He's actually gotten better at first base defensively.
Sure, he's not an elite first baseman.
No, he's never going to be an elite first baseman, but he's serviceable.
Yeah, he's serviceable. First base is I'm very picky on first base. Knock Brandon Belt all you want about overall ball player. Guy's a great first baseman defensively.
You go Brandon Belt, you go JT Snow, you go Will Clark. That's what we're accustomed to.
I was just using Brandon Belt. Yes, I'm in agreement with you. That. So it's a position I think we do just throw that guy there. Nah.
Yeah, look. The deadline is everything for this team, and who's going and who's staying, and what could Buster Posey do to make not only just the fans, but give us a little hope. Okay, with like Luis Arraez, we see him batting up here on the TV. He's probably gone. I like Luis Arraez a lot. I wouldn't mind if they gave him a 2-year extension, but I get it. You're probably not going to be in contention next season.
Yes.
Unless because defensively you're terrible.
There is a
season. Don't have speed, for crying out loud. The speed thing just kills me every single year.
Speed.
Yeah, Bobby Wood Jr. has 30 stolen bases. They're tagging on Drew Gilbert in the second inning. Drew Gilbert's he's like 15 feet for second base, and they're still testing Drew Gilbert. So, look, you're going to have to make a lot of Robbie Ray. What can you get for Robbie Ray? What can you get for Luis Arraez? Can you deal Matt Chapman? Because I'm willing to go with Casey Smith to see what he has. Chapman's, 33 now?
Yeah, but who wants to take on that money?
I don't know.
With that abdominal injury, too.
Yeah, I don't know who's going to want to take on that money, especially with the lockout looming. So, they're just, to me, and I'll say this again, not only is this the worst season I've ever experienced at Giants baseball in my lifetime, and there's been some bad years. 96 was bad. It was bad. But you're coming off the strike year, you kind of lost. All right, you still have Bonds. 97, you win the NL West. I get it, post Bonds was a little murky, but you started drafting well. With the names that they have on this team, and it wasn't that they had high expectations, but I expected a lot more. By far, it's the most disappointing season I've ever experienced in Giants baseball, but I also believe that we're embarking on the worst decade of Giants baseball since they moved to the city of San Francisco. When you think about the expanded playoffs,
70s,
but you only had 2 teams going to the playoffs.
That's exactly correct.
The 80s, correct. 87, 89, you go to the World Series in 89, you go to the NLCS in 87, but you only had 2 teams qualifying for the playoffs, NL East winner, NL West winner. You've got everybody going to the damn playoffs, and you had the fluke year in 01, 107.
I hate hearing that.
Yeah, but it was probably the worst thing to happen.
The outlier year,
We may be embarking on the worst decade of Giants baseball since they moved to the city of San Francisco.
Would you entertain a Logan Webb trade then? Because he's the guy that's going to net you back. Because look, this whole Luis Arraez exercise, to me, the fundamental disagreement I have with most people is, I want to know what you're getting for him. I'm not saying that, it does make sense to trade him. But if you're getting the 14th or 15th best prospect in another organization, is that guy ever going to make it through?
Don't know. I always say that.
So,
I get worried about that.
So now I get to Logan Webb. Like, if we're talking about a significant move and to make significant change, I'm not saying you do it. It's got to be the right deal, but you have to consider it. As much as it pains me to admit that out loud.
And I think Logan Webb, in his own mind, I'm not going to speak for him, but I have to guess that Logan Webb is probably thinking, would I be better suited somewhere else? Because I want to pitch in the playoffs. Yeah. I got a little taste in 01. I pitched great. And look, even Saturday, he was rolling against Seattle. You give up the one mistake. You give up a 3-run homer. He gave up 2 hits for crying out loud.
I know.
He was dealing.
Another loss.
He was dealing. And you're just like, damn, they lose again. And you walk J.P. Crawford. He's batting 214. 214. And you walk him. So
he's Carl Crawford's like cousin or something.
Is he really J.P. Crawford?
Yeah.
You don't hit like Carl Crawford.
No, but isn't that real?
Well, Carl Crawford towards the end.
Well, actually, he's hitting like Carl Crawford for Boston.
Carl Crawford runs a rap label now.
Does he really?
In Texas, yes.
He does.
He's got body tatted all the way up.
Oh, my gosh. His son, doesn't he have a son in Philly?
I don't know. I just know that he runs a hip-hop label, and he's like beefing with all these different hip-hop.
Is he really? Carl Crawford?
Oh, yeah. His Instagram is popping. His videos pop up on my feed.
Oh, my God.
So
I love Carl Crawford.
I did too.
We were having the conversation earlier, just where the state of the Giants are at right now and like the hope of this team and who you want to see who's on the Giants right now, who you want to see in 2027, right? And the names are like Bryce Eldridge, Logan Webb, Casey Schmidt, I think, Jung-Hoo Lee. Like, who do you want to see that's on the team right now, Bonte, that you want to carry over to next season? Because that's kind of where we're at right now as we approach the trade deadline.
Look, shout out Ella Styles, who used to work here.
Style Files.
With Sacktown Sports. Yeah. But he had a tweet, and I actually quote tweeted it. He was like, I think fans would riot if they traded Jung-Hoo Lee. And I quote tweeted said, really? Fans would riot if they traded Jung-Hoo Lee? I get you have the hooligans. That's a small minority of the fan base.
Yeah.
Like if they traded Jung-Hoo Lee.
He's not Tim Lincecum, guys.
Who's losing sleep over the Giants trading Jung-Hoo Lee? How many stolen bases does he have this season?
4.
4?
Yeah.
Is he stuck at 4?
I think it's 4.
6.
Oh, 6.
You guys are cutting him short.
Does that plus speed?
I'm wrong.
That's an okay arm in right field. Not great. I mean, everything would be on the table in this situation. The worst thing to be is either in the middle being mediocre or where the Giants are right now, 16 games, number 500. Everything's got to be on the table.
Without their draft pick next year.
Without their draft pick next year. So 2027, Bryce, Casey Schmidt would be nice at third base. I think he can do a very fine job at third base. And the bat, we'll see about the bat. I want to see how the next 2.5 months finish out.
I'm with you on him.
You know what I'm saying? But I like his development. Let's see what happens over the last 2.5 months.
You'll have Rafael Devers because you're not trading that contract.
I'm okay with Rafi.
Okay.
I mean, he's not going to be your face of the franchise. No. But the dude, when he gets hot, he gets hot. He's going to be a streaky player. That's just who he is at this stage of his career, and you're kind of stuck with him.
And he might be stuck with Willy Adames, and that's a guy who we haven't really touched on, obviously, the play. But, talk about a bad contract, Bonte. Is that the worst contract in the Bay right now is Willy Adames?
Well, it could be the worst contract in Giants history.
Damn.
If it doesn't. He's now batting 7th. He's batting 7th for the 2026 San Francisco Giants, a team that's 16 games under 500. And what's starting to get the fans, and I hear it all the time from them, we don't like how he's smiling all the time with opponents, umpires. We don't like how he's just like that attitude when you're losing. It just doesn't look right. And I like Willie. I like Willie as a person. I think he means well. But the optics to fans like Shasky, to diehards down the street down there at 3rd and King, they're tired of it. They're tired of it. And there's another thing, too, about booing, how this team hasn't gotten booed much at Oracle Park. The diehards aren't really going to games anymore. Even though they're filling out the park, you got a lot of tourists coming out here.
Yeah.
Because it's becoming a Wrigley Field of the West Coast.
I don't blame them.
So that's why half the people who are there don't even know who they're rooting for. They're just
we just had the World Cup here. All the international people's like, I don't know what American baseball is. Yeah. What a better place to go to than there.
Right.
No, seriously, though.
There's tons of Australian fans.
So
the other element is like, I bring my son. I'm not going to boo with my 3-year-old.
Yeah, I mean...
Although it'd be funny if LJ started doing it on his own.
I feel a little too old.
I agree with you on that. You know what I'm saying? No, but I told you the booing with Dylan Brooks, right? The whole stadium at the Warrior game, we were sitting behind the Suns bench. Everyone was booing Dylan Brooks. Yeah. So LJ like figured it out.
This is a regular season.
Yeah, regular season. boo. He boos him, and Dylan Brooks just looks at him and then smiles. And I was like, I love Dylan Brooks. I love him.
Dude,
I thought it was hilarious.
The Dylan Brooks meme is all time. Him
Looking at
laughing.
LJ, Michelle goes, oh my God.
Dude, so Willie and I, when they were playing the Rockets, it goes before Game 3, that first round series. And Dylan Brooks came over. He comes over to Willie, he goes, "What's up, legend?" Right? And Willie was like, "What's up, man? You having a good year?" And then he shakes my hand. I was like, "Hey, man, I was sitting courtside when Oregon was playing Rhode Island. Dan Hurley was coaching Rhode Island.
College on him.
They were talking so much trash in that game. I was like, Dylan, you guys were just like, I couldn't believe it. He goes, that's just what we do, man. That's what we do. And he actually came off as likable on that documentary with the Team USA documentary.
Yes, I like him with Canada.
With Canada. Team Canada. That was a great doc. He came off as lovable. Now he is what he is. He's going to pull some antics, but you need characters like that in the league.
Him showing up to watch LeBron lose.
Oh, dude, that was unbelievable. It's diabolical. It's diabolical.
Oh, my God. Willy Adames in his last 30 games, by the way, 113 at-bats, 36 strikeouts, batting 195. I feel like that's kind of been the Willy Adames.
Is that really his batting average in the last 30?
Yeah, batting 195.
I thought that was just runners in scoring position.
260 on base, Bonte.
Was last night in the ninth inning his biggest hit as a Giant?
Yes.
Yeah. No, for sure. He has a walk-off, though, doesn't he?
I think it was last year.
Opening day last year, he got a walk-off.
Opening day, he had a walk-off last year, Bonte. We don't even remember that except Stam.
Yeah.
It was the home opener, not game one.
Okay, home opener. Excuse me. You're right. Exactly.
So, I mean, and look, last night is at the point one out of the way. It's like, all right, we can start the post-game show, quick game. He ties it, and you kind of knew how the game was going to end. And Caleb Killian, for crying out loud. His ERA in the ninth inning is over 9.
Yeah.
His ERA over in the ninth inning is like atrocious.
Jesus.
So you don't have a closer. You don't have a solid bullpen. You've got a lot of holes in this roster. And what does Buster Posey do? Does he rip it down to the studs? Do fans want to sit through another rebuild? I don't. You're in no man's land with the Giants right now.
Do you think there's a possibility, and Shasky was bringing this up, not to say that he wants this to happen, but could you see him stepping down after this year? Just stepping down? No,
I don't.
No,
I don't. You see him stepping down?
I said there's a world where I can see all three getting blown out.
After 2 years?
Well,
or
I mean, Vitello would be
1 year?
Do you think the looming potential lockout plays a factor in any of this?
No, because I don't think the Johnsons see the turnstiles coming through, and they see who's coming through the yard and how much money's being spent, and they're making money.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure the Johnsons, not Charles so much, but Greg, I don't know if Greg really loves baseball. So does he really care about what's going on with the baseball team? Maybe he cares about slashing payroll.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Sure.
You're talking about Adames, strikeouts?
Yeah, everything.
I was researching this a while ago, and I just wanted to bring it back up. He's got 255 games as a Giant, Willy Adames. How many strikeouts?
Oh, no.
280.
292. That's really good. Really good.
Over
1,000 plate appearances. Yeah. Okay. Tony Gwynn. Tony Gwynn, for his career, 20 years, 10,000 plate appearances, 430 strikeouts.
Oh, my God. If you would have told me it was less than 100, I would have believed you, but 430 is
Joe.
So,
Willie's played 255 games. He has 292 strikeouts.
Dude.
Do the math.
How about this?
2,400 and some odd games for Tony Gwynn, and he's got 400 strikeouts. Now, I know it's Tony Gwynn, but my God.
Well, just look at Luis Arraez.
Thank you. He's got 13 on the year?
He doesn't strike out at all. I call him the Latin Tony Gwynn. I mean, he doesn't strike out.
Very similar.
And he sprays the ball all over the field.
Yeah,
I'm just looking at his batting average, right? Because I know batting average is a thing of the past. Willy Adames in April, March, bat at 197. All right, his OPS was 593. In the month of June, Willy Adames bat at 198. OPS was 700. Now, he hit the 6 bombs, but he batted 198. So far in July, he's batting 212. All right, he got hot in May, 292. I mean, that's a really good month for Willie, but
yeah.
I mean,
but those are few and far between. He doesn't have those consistently.
And didn't he get a no trade clause as well?
Oh God, he has 18 home runs. There's a possibility he finishes with 30 home runs, and this is what we'll do. We'll look at the totality of the season. Maybe he bats and gets it up to 240 this year, Bonte. Hey, but he had 30 jacks. I was like, well, I mean, come on.
Willy Adames is bad. Again, Tony Gwynn. what's the lowest he batted for a full season? Not his first year, for a full season in his
batting average.
Yeah, lowest his entire career. Career average 338.
Yeah, I would say 302.
309 twice.
309 twice.
Everything over 313 after that.
And how long has he been nursing this back injury, Bonte? You've been doing pre and post. Why is this guy on the IL? He's like complaining.
He's hit 3 bombs,
he's pulling up.
and you know what? He's gone the other
lane.
They don't have anybody.
But they don't have anybody, and he's gone the other way a couple times over the last 4 games. Seattle Saturday night, he went the other way, and then last night he went the other way, hitting that 2-run homer. Look, he's playing every day, and I go back to this. It's hard for me to blame Posey, the front office, because as fans, when they signed Willy Adames, we all was doing this. We were happy.
Yeah, but they're paid to get it right.
Yeah, but you know
Not
what?
just to appease the Giants.
Hold on. We were happy, though.
Yeah.
We were happy. When they extended Matt Chapman, we were pretty happy about it. You know,
I wasn't thrilled with not bringing in any bullpen. I wasn't thrilled with not bringing in a real legitimate starter. I wanted Framber Valdez. Now, that ended up probably not being the right move. We wanted Corbin Burns. That ended up probably not being the right move. I mean, there's a lot of pitchers I wanted. For as bad as he's been at times, Carlos Rodon, we would die for.
The Willy Adames contract is interesting. As we're talking about Manassian also not having any general manager experience prior to this, like that might have been a situation though, Bonte, and I hear you that the fans wanted that. Maybe you needed a more established GM in the building, a guy that's been there to tell Posey, like, yeah, I know you want him to do this for the fans. Maybe this isn't the guy to do it for.
It wasn't just for the fans; it was for the team, and we all approved it.
They had no players.
Yeah, we had no players.
We're realizing real time you just said it. He's one of the worst contracts in maybe the Giants' history.
And we all approved Posey being in the spot. We love Posey being in the spot. We thought it was a slam dunk. Now I'm not going to judge him on 2 years because we gave Farhan 6. If I'm going to be fair, I'm definitely going to be fair to a guy who helped this organization win 3 World Series.
Are you not alarmed a little?
Huh?
I mean, are you not a little? I'm not alarmed. Are you a little concerned?
Oh, absolutely. How can you not be? How can you not be? I know you're extremely concerned. You don't have to say it.
Well, no,
I hear you. No, seriously, it's not good at all right now. And what makes it more concerning is the way they've dealt with things off the field.
This is what we talked about earlier.
The lack of leadership there.
Farhan was one thing. We're like, Farhan has no tact. He's clueless. He can't handle the press well. He's rattled about everything. He's sensitive. He's listening. He's watching. To see Posey, last time he was in that dugout.
I totally agree with you.
A week after Pride Night, and it was embarrassing. It was embarrassing for Posey. It was embarrassing for the Giants. And that has been like, whoa, wait a minute. We got to at least, like John Lynch, say what you want about John Lynch.
This is literally the conversation we had an hour and a half ago.
Dude, John Lynch is amazing. Bob Myers.
Yeah.
Mike Dunleavy, slowly but surely, is starting to get into the podium.
But the way, for me, this was the moment, B. It was him making a statement and then looking around like, you're really going to ask me a follow-up?
Yeah.
And then asking for us like, bro, this is not 1971. No. Like, you're going to get asked a follow-up. Yeah. You're not a player.
You're in San Francisco, and it's Pride Night, and the Sharks are out here.
Yeah, exactly.
They're looking for blood.
You need to at least show some backbone here and show some humanity here as well and understand that you're not just going to be able to say a statement and keep it moving.
And this is a media that's used to talking to guys like John Lynch, who was presidential, Bob Myers for a long time.
When Trey Lance got traded, both Kyle and John, you would have thought someone passed away in the organization. That's how serious it was at that press conference.
Shanahan got ripped because he didn't come out and talk to the media. He went on this radio show with Tolbert, and the media was ticked off. It's like, how do you not come out? So we went there Friday night. I remember I told you, I said, actually applaud. That's what kind of won me over with Shanahan. Well, I was like, you know what? I'm right with Shetty.
And he took accountability.
He took accountability. He explained everything. And he didn't have to explain everything. And I was like, oh, wow, this is a different side of Shanahan.
When he said, I failed Trey Lance, like that, I was like, okay, like that's owning it right there. Saying, I failed the player. And don't blame Trey, blame me. Like, and that's falling on the sword for your guy.
What's funny about that whole Posey interview, and Matt Chisholm had to come in, the Giants PR director.
Oh, Posey looked at him. Posey looked at Chisholm a couple times.
Chisholm just won the PR director of the year in Major League Baseball last season. Literally last season. So in spring, we're like congratulating him and razzing him, and he had dinner with us. And I felt bad for him. He's like, I got to put out so many fires. Yeah. One thing, Tony V's the least of our problems right now. Tony Vitello.
Over 4th of July, I had a person of power come over to the cabin, and they said this exact line. Hey, you want to go to the Giants game on this next homestand? I go, yeah, let me think about that. You got 10,000 other friends for each night? Dead serious.
Wow.
And they're doing pretty good announced attendance-wise, right?
Yeah, but off the field, there's been a lot of stuff.
And people have pulled out of season tickets. And look, we're getting to August.
This is what I was. Okay, keep going.
And once these trades happen, how many? Because I already see it on Twitter.
Starts in 2 weeks.
I see it on Twitter. If I tweet about the Giants, people just do not care.
No.
They don't give a damn.
No.
Watching the shows, and I'm looking at the metrics. I'm like, ain't nobody watching this show.
Well, we were
no chance.
Simultaneously, we opened up today's show like, hey, we had the Giants' horrible walk-off loss, but we also had the Valkyries on.
Yeah,
that's what we were watching.
I
Nine straight
I
wins.
missed the game. I was doing Giants. Yeah, no, they lost. I know, but you go to a Valkyries game, and it's literally a college atmosphere.
Yes,
dude. With 3 minutes to go, they were up 7. Place was going bonkers. No, it was dead silent when they went on a 14-0 run, or what was it, 15-0 run to end the game?
Something like that, yeah.
But the place was going crazy. Caitlin Chen, I was making the comparison to Peyton Pritchard this morning.
Yeah.
She's just a spark plug.
She's fun to watch. I went Pride Night. They had their Pride Night.
Yeah. And they embraced it. Gabby Williams,
Well, the signs that they had there, and I had some pretty damn good seats for this game, and it was unbelievable.
Well, people drew signs.
They drew signs about the Giants.
They
were putting them on a video board.
Wow.
There was one sign. I'd rather be at a Valks game than eat garlic fries anyway. There's another one about Posey. Like, Posey, don't even think about walking inside the Chase Center. We're good. Like, they were ripping the Giants. Like, people don't realize how massive that is. Massive.
I
mean, you can say what you want about pride and LGBT. Like, I grew up 2 blocks away from marketing, from Castro. I'm 5 minutes away. I grew up right by the Money Man. It's part of our culture. It's part of our fabric. It is what it is. And I got relatives who are part of the LGBT community. I never had a problem with it whatsoever. It is what it is. We got to embrace all. And that's the great thing about the World Cup. Is that it unified so many different people from so many different cultures. And it was all about peace and love. I mean, the Jordan fans gave me one of their scarves. Austria fans were high. Like, it was unreal.
Not one incident.
And the Giants botched that. And I don't think people realize how massive how many people they turned off. And it's going to be a lot. It's going to take a lot to bring those people back.
You have to know what community you're playing for, and you just have to read the room.